Record. Hello, guys. Happy 4th of July. First of all, thank you for all of you for even being here. I didn't know if there was going to be anybody on the Zoom with me tonight, but I just want to go over a little bit of housekeeping stuff, and then I want to talk about the topic, which was mindset that got us here. So first things first, tag team is happening today. It's happening. It's in play. I don't know how many of you guys had spent your morning hopefully sending out messages. It's today only. Will they extend it tomorrow? I don't know, but I feel like, I don't know, that's kind of a tricky one to extend an extra day. So I know I sent out a bunch of messages. Not a lot of people saw them, but that's okay. Like I'm doing my part. So make sure you're working on that. I want to make sure that you guys also all know and that you share with your teams that our next Vibin' and Thrivin' Detox group starts on July 11th. So anybody who wants to do the detox, now's the time to get the order in so that they can get started on the 11th. And then if you want, if you need to add them to the group, let us know so we can get them added to the actual Facebook group when we get started for that. Samantha is going to run the July one. I'm going to be running one in August. Lindsay doesn't know it yet, but we're going to ask her to run one in September, but she heard that now. So hi, Lindsay. So there's that. Okay. And one last thing I want to cover really quick is hopefully you guys all have been aware of the summer sweepstakes, sample sweepstakes, and hopefully you've shared it with all of your team. So I got some questions today back from people who had like a sampler, and obviously when you get something that's going to qualify, you get excited, but we're going to do this the 1st through the 14th. So on the 14th, you will message me directly the screenshots of your sampler. So you're going to send me screenshots of your polls. So make sure you're taking those now. Don't let those disappear on you. Taking screenshots of your polls. And then you're going to send me a screenshot of where your customer had created, so you could do, because I have to see that they created their account in addition to the fact that you sent them a sample. I need to know that you've added them to Vibin' and Thrivin', and I need to see that they're in a 3-way chat. So you're going to be sending me some screenshots for your samplers. And I know that's a little bit of work, but I'm giving away money. So whatever, right? So we're going to do the 1st through the 14th and then the 15th through the 31st. So you have a question?
Okay. So is it somebody that had to have a sample and the order within that same time frame?
Not in order. They have to set up a customer account. I mean, if they order, fantastic. They have to set up a customer account. They have to be added to Vibin' and Thrivin'. They have to be in a 3-way chat, and you have had to send them a sample of some kind. So whether they got the 3 steps, whether you sampled them form, whatever you're sampling them. But really my whole point, and I know I'm talking to the leaders here, but really my whole point with this was to create the activity of people going, like getting more regular with posting their sample polls and putting their sample link site out there for people, as well as following the process, not just sending out a sample, like putting them in a 3-way chat, getting them in the customer group. So that's why it's really important that we do all these steps to qualify for the entry. And the more people that sample, the more entries you get. It's a sweepstakes. It's just like Ed McMahon when we were little. So I know I've been talking a whole lot more about samples now that I'm running a sweepstakes. So hopefully you guys are too. Isn't it funny how sometimes we just need a carrot or pressure hanging over our head to make us step in line. Okay, so what I want to talk about really quick, not really quick, because you know me, I freaking chat forever. This is just something that keeps coming up in conversation, and I feel like it's going to continue for a little while. You guys all know it's July 4th of 2022, and I think we're 4 days into a recession right now. People are going to make excuses. When I talk about people, I'm talking about you, your team, your customers, like everyone. People are going to start talking about, now's not a good time for me to join your business because we're in a recession, no one's going to spend money. Now's not a good time for me to start Thrive because we're in a recession, blah, blah, blah. I'm here to challenge that mindset 1,010%. And I'm not even going to just talk about facts and figures. I'm going to take all of you back to March of 2020. We're all scarred, so I know you all remember it and remember it clearly. This team had one of its best months ever in May of 2020 because the shit hit the fan in March. And I'm not going to say there weren't a few people who panicked and just bailed, but I'm going to say that's okay because that's not the team we want, right? I don't want people bailing. I want you guys that stuck it out. Those of you that stuck it out, I want you to go back to your mindset. I know, I'll be very honest. Mine was holy shit. What are we going to do? Well, the one business we had was shut down. We were being told tenants weren't going to have to pay rent. So there was our second business being shut down. I had Lavelle. That's all I had. And a lot of you were put in the same position where all you had was Lavelle. Some of you were put in a position where you still had your job and you could do it from home, which then meant you had more time for Lavelle. So there was lots of contributing factors, but to me, it was the mindset of, okay, I have to make this work, because if I'm going to bring in any money to pay my mortgage, buy groceries, have the lights turned on, have electricity, it was no excuses, foot on the gas, all eyes on the prize. And it was such a scary but fun time. Like, I know that sounds weird, but if you guys remember how many people pulled together, you remember how many people on this team were suddenly earning trips in 21 and auto bonuses in 21 because they pushed so hard in 2020. I forgot to open the chat. May 2020 was when my team went 12K. Yes. And I can think of 08 and 09 because I lived through it and had a business, all good times. But I can't think of a more recent example of how the outside world will tell you that the sky is falling. And it's what you do with what they're telling you that will make a big difference in your life, because some people on your team will panic. It'll get a little tough for them. It'll get hard, and they'll quit. But again, and please, I know it's just thinning the herd, you guys. We're just thinning the herd, okay? I want a strong, resilient herd is what I'm after. I don't know how I always go back to freaking farm themes, but that's just apparently deep in my blood. So I want to talk about, I don't know, I was going to call it like recession proof your brain, but I just think it's bulletproof mindset, because it's that grit that somebody has to have to wake up every day. And even when the outside world is like, oh my gosh, it's over, close your doors, like blah, 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 you keep opening your doors. And those of you that stuck this out and you saw that rise, 2020 was an incredible year for health and wellness. People for once were concerned about their health, not just their weight loss. They were concerned about their health. And I did a screenshot earlier, really quick. I was looking for, I've always learned over the years, just years and years and years, that makeup and alcohol are two of the most recession-proof businesses, but I wanted to get like accurate data. And you'll all be happy to know that healthcare, as in groceries, like healthy groceries, people using supplementation to boost their health, because when people are in a recession, they are stressed, so stressed. They don't have extra money to run to the doctor, right? They don't want to be doing these kinds of things. And so guess what, you guys, the business you're in booms and thrives in a recession. So I want you to make sure you keep your chins up and your mindset on. Sandra says, my newest customer has realized she will save money with Thrive compared to the other things she was taking. Yes. And I think we could all go, I mean, gosh, I can go back to the day where I was drinking Rock Stars. I was popping caffeine pills. I was drinking Diet Pop all the time. I was popping Advil left and right. Wonder why. I spent so much money on stuff like that, but you don't really notice it in the moment, right? Because you take 3 Advil. Well, it doesn't seem like a lot, but at the end of the month, you've gone through a whole bottle of it, and that shit's like $40, right? For $40, what could I have had all month? A lifestyle shake. So yes, people will, if we can get people to understand that the overall long-term effect of health is what's going to get people through, then yes, you're definitely going to go further with your customers. But I want you to know that healthcare, and not like the medical healthcare, that's a different category, like the healthcare we deal with, is one of the businesses that is known to thrive during a recession. So people will cut a lot of stuff out. I mean, you might have to start doing it at your house too. But one thing they won't, some people will, but some people won't. They will want to stay healthy because they're under so much stress. They have to work harder. They have to work longer hours. They have to take care of people. Maybe you had somebody in the family, like a parent who was going to go into a nursing home, and now that can't be done because money is so tight and things are going to the, blah, blah, blah. people will start taking better care of themselves. So I'm going to talk about mindset. One thing I'm going to share with you, I actually listened to a podcast yesterday, and I have the worst handwriting, but I jotted it down. So I was so glad I did. But this gal was talking about her, well, first of all, she's into tapping. If you've never done tapping, it's amazing. I've done it, and it's amazing. That's a whole other Zoom. But it started off with that. I was listening to her talk about her tapping, but she started talking about her magical morning, she calls it. So you know how we're, at least I am, very guilty of waking up in the morning and grabbing my little fancy phone, right? Do you guys do that? We're not supposed to. Supposedly you're supposed to leave this thing in another room and blah, blah, blah. No, ma'am. I pick it up the second I wake up. I got to see who's messaged me, what happened while I was sleeping, all that stuff. So she said, since you're already going to be picking up your phone, here's where it gets tricky. Instead of opening up your social media right away, you're going to open up your voice memo. Okay, so a voice note, or if you guys don't have a voice note app or something like that on your phone, you could just go into Messenger and leave yourself a voice clip in Messenger. And remember, this is your magical morning voice clip. So every single morning, you're going to do 3 parts of your voice clip. Okay, you're going to keep this voice clip 2 to 5 minutes max. Everything I'm going to talk about now, 2 to 5 minutes max. It's first thing in the morning, right? You don't have time to like sit there and talk to your phone forever. First thing you're going to do is talk about something that you are truly, honestly grateful for. So this is very similar to what we already do, right? When we're doing our 5-4-3-2-1s, we're doing our self-development. You're going to say out loud in your phone something you are, Tammy, good morning. It's July 4th. What a beautiful day. I am so grateful I got to see my family and friends last night. I'm so excited that we're going to get an extra day at home today. Like, you're going to talk about stuff that you are truly, truly grateful for, and you're going to put that in the voice clip. The second part is you're going to talk about the desire for your day, but you are going to speak as if it's already happened. So if your desire today is, let's again, it's July 4th. This is what I'm grateful for. My desire today is that my company is going to drop a promo. And by the end of the day, I'm going to have 2 new Thrivers on board with me. I'm going to have an amazing Zoom with my team. I'm going to, I don't know, like, you're going to say it as it, so not just, I did that wrong. See, I even know what I'm supposed to do and I did it wrong. I'm going to say, today my company dropped a promo, and by the end of the day, I had 2 new customers, and I had this amazing Zoom with my team, and I got to have dinner with my husband. You're going to say, what is the desire of your day? You may know, looking at your calendar, that your day is going to suck. You're not going to talk about that. You are going to voice clip yourself the desire of your day, but you're going to say it as if it's happened. Okay, that's part 2. The third part is you're going to talk about your future desires, but again, you're going to talk about them as if they've happened. So again, I'm also so happy to be sitting here in my house in Canyon Lake, Texas. I can't believe all of my friends and family are here, and I'm having my first Thrive retreat, and I've got all the leaders from my team, and they're out in the pool, and we've got, like, you're going to say your long-term future goals. Do you guys see how different that sounds to say it out loud and record it? I mean, I've written stuff down. I've said my I ams, but when she said this, my desire is to get out of town with my travel peak. Yes, we're heading out this weekend. But to say it, so a couple of things are going to happen there. Number one, how are you going to start your day in a bad mood or on the wrong foot? There's no way. You just said what you're grateful for. You just literally lived out the perfect day in your mind out loud, and you just lived out your future goal out loud. You've reminded yourself one more time your future goal. And this isn't the kind of thing where every day you're going to say the same thing over and over, right? I'm not going to think of my team Zoom every day of the week, right? There's going to be something tomorrow that's going to be different. I'm going to think about my business. I'm going to think about my health. I'm going to think about my marriage. I'm going to think about different things on different days. So I'm going to be grateful. I'm going to have a desire for the day. Maybe my desire for the day is I want to spend time with, I'm so excited to get to see my nephews this weekend. Like, you're going to think forward, which always pulls you out of a hole, right? When we think of the present and we get in that circle of what's happening, we get stuck. But if we're talking out loud to ourselves in a voice clip about the desire of your day, but you're saying it as if it happened, your subconscious does not know the difference That's why we do IAMs. That's why we do devote. That's why we do all of this. Your brain doesn't know. It takes in what it's hearing. It takes in what it's seeing. So add to the fact that it's your voice and it's going into your ear. That's doubly powerful for your brain. Now, she also said she added a challenge for people to find a buddy to send your clip to every day. Someone you feel comfortable sending. Now, if you send your clip to them, they have to send their clip to you. So make sure when you're picking your buddy, you pick wisely. And you and your buddy may say, okay, we're going to do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're going to do it 7 days a week. Like, you can establish all of that stuff. But I know I personally am going to just do it for a week by myself so I can get the hang of it, get I don't know, get the hang of it. I don't think it feels weird to just whip one out and send it off to someone tomorrow. But this for me, I want to switch to this because I know, again, I just know, you guys, I have been a business owner through a recession. I have been a business owner through a pandemic. So have you. You guys were all business owners during a pandemic. It's not even about the business or the outside world. It's going to come down to you. It's going to come down to you. It's going to come down to you opening your business every day, sweeping the sidewalk out front, flipping the sign over to open, having a smile on your face when somebody walks in the door, right? Even if it turns out to be the fire marshal, like whatever, you have to be there. It's up to you. And I can't, this is one of those times where that's what it boils down to. It won't matter what promos are launched. It won't matter what new products come out. What will matter is what you as the business owner do, right? There's going to be a lot of people who are going to see a new product come out and not do anything with it. There's a lot of people that saw a promo today and they didn't do shit with it, right? And again, it's not up to me to be like, okay, I've got this promo. I'm going to get, all these people are just going to like drop for this promo today. No, my job is to share and spread the promo. That's my job. My job was to make sure that everybody that's on my customer list actually knew about that promo, because ain't nobody checking their emails today. It's a holiday, right? So what you do in your day-to-day is going to literally live out in your business and your life at home, you guys. This could be a stressful time for people. And so if you are waking up in the morning and you are wah, and you get on the FB and people are wah, and you watch the news. I gave up the news years ago. It's the best move of my life. People, if you get into that mindset, or even if it starts to drip in a little bit, it'll take you down. It's just like it's like a garden. You get one little weed. What do? Those damn things spread, and they spread so freaking fast. So I have 5, let me see where my notes are. I have 5 tips for building your mindset. Okay. And don't laugh, but this is kind of based on gardening, but you guys, you have to love me. You have to love me for who I am. Okay. All right. Number 1, your mindset is a reflection of the weeds you allow to grow in your mind. What beliefs do you have? When you give them evidence, they become true. So if you say to yourself, times are going to be really hard, damn straight they will be. That's what they're saying. If you plant that weed and you give it evidence, it's going to become true. So write down what you want to believe and then pull together the evidence that you need to support that. I'm already giving you the evidence. 2020 is our evidence. Health and wellness rocked 2020. So you do not have to be worried about any of this downtrodden, blah, blah, blah. Real estate might be a whole other situation for people, but health and wellness, not so much. So that's number 1. Number 2, the only truth is your truth. I'm going to repeat that one for you. The only truth is your truth. You may have people around you tell you that you're crazy to have your dream goal. And those people might be a spouse, a partner, a family member, a best friend. Ignore them all. The only truth is what you know to be true. And if you know you can achieve your goal, you will. End of story. And you guys know that's true. You know that. Some of you were told you wouldn't be able to promote. Some of you were told you wouldn't make anything with this gig, and look at you, right? It's not up to what people think. Number 3, rip out the weeds from your garden. No more dandelions, no matter how much your kid loves them. So earlier on, she told a story about how her little girl loves to pick the dandelions, like the white puffy ones, which that's just a seed pod for all of you that aren't sure. I love all of this. Yeah. And the podcast gets, but what I'm reading now is not from the podcast, but the podcast is really good. I will share it with you guys. It gets a little all over the board, a little hoo-hoo, but I love that. But so she was saying how, like, even though her daughter loves these dandelions and loves to pick them, she will not allow her to bring them home because she doesn't want these seeds in her yard. And that's the mindset you have to have. You cannot allow anyone to come into your garden and drop a seed that isn't going to benefit your garden. So get rid of them all. They have no place in your mind. If you just constantly think of your mind as that beautiful garden, whether you're growing fruit and vegetables or whether you're growing flowers, when somebody comes at you with a negative attitude or a pissy comment, or, people love to bring other people down so they can feel better about themselves. And when they come at you with that, what is that stuff I use? It's called Killzall. Just spray the Killzall. Kill that shit. Okay, number 4, condition your dream and feel it as if you already have it. So that goes back to what the gal on the podcast says. We're going to talk about it as if we already have it, and we're going to say it out loud, right? So that's going to make it even better. Ask yourself, what else do I need to do to achieve this dream? If you don't condition your beliefs every day, you won't win. Just like with exercise, you have to have, just like with exercise, you have to work out to get in shape, to stay stronger, lose weight, eat the right things. You have to do so many other things. You can't just be like, it's gonna be an exercise. I'm gonna change my life. Well, how are you gonna exercise? How many days a week are you gonna exercise? What exercise are you gonna do? Are you gonna support it with nutrition? You're gonna stay hydrated. There's a lot of things you have to condition around that one goal, right? So when people say to me, I'm going 4K, I'm going 12K. Okay, what are the other things we're doing to make that happen? And then number 5, excuse me, double down, especially if it's not working yet. When it gets tough, most people quit. If you do this, you will achieve your dream goal much faster than you could ever imagine, all while the naysayers sit by and watch you do what they thought was impossible. Master your mindset is one of the most important things you can do. Do it daily. Double down. What happened in 2020 when people got sent home and people were worried? People couldn't pay their bills. People had no other job. People suddenly had time. People doubled down. You guys can go back to your commission report and look. I can guarantee you all had some killer freaking checks in 2020. There's no way. Oh, kind of like I don't use the squirrel road. Yes, exactly. The thing, yeah, squirrel was a weed. Squirrel was a weed from Sandra's garden. And by God, on a Zoom like this, we all plucked it right out of her head. Yeah, we all did that together. So I really wanted to get with you guys and talk about mindset because I know it's going to be an upcoming topic. You're even going to probably start hearing it from your family and friends when you go out for dinner or you go, to the lake or you go to a birthday party. Oh, how's business? I bet things are getting hard. Nope, things are great. Right? It's that, again, we're going to talk about our business. And for those of you going to the leader retreat this weekend, when somebody asks you how your business is, hell yeah, it's great. I'm going to Texas. I'm going to a leader retreat. I earned a leader retreat, right? You got to celebrate your wins because, nobody ain't going to celebrate you for you. We'll do shout outs. We do our best. We do all those things, but you have to celebrate yourself. You have to remember how hard you've worked for your business and what your actual long-term goals are. And that's why I love that Miracle Morning also, because you don't just talk about your day. You also remind yourself of your long-term goal, because there are some days that are really hard. I mean, you all know that. There are days where, like, I don't know, whatever that big goal is you have, like, there are some days that are so hard, it doesn't even pop into your mind because everything gets busy, everything gets distorted, everything gets right. And so you go to bed and all 24 hours have gone and you've not even thought about it. So that Miracle Morning, that Magical Morning, Miracle Morning is a book, by the way, that Magical Morning sets you off to make sure that you do not go 24 hours without reminding yourself of your big goal. I mean, those of you that are moms on here, weren't there days that you just wanted to get in the car and drive away? But you had a big goal, and that was raising those babies, right? And so you just sat in the driveway for a little bit, and then you came inside. I'm just a dog mom, and I do that sometimes. So I know you guys do too. Can you repeat 1 and 2? Yes. I can, but I'm going to need my spectacles. Okay. Number 1, your mindset is a reflection of the weeds you allow to grow. What beliefs do you have? When you give them evidence, they become true. So write down what you want to believe. then pull evidence together to support that. So if you want to believe I am 200K, start writing down evidence to support it. So Sandra, since you asked the question, I'm gonna say it. I am 200K because I am a full-time thriver. I was able to leave my job. I drive a car for free. I've gone on retreats. I've gone on getaways. Like there is so much evidence to support you going 200K, like so much evidence, right? And for those of you that are newer, I'm going 4K. I got a new customer last week. I do my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 every day. I learned how to work in the cloud office last week. There is so much evidence to support you. You've got to remind yourself of that evidence. And then number 2 was the only truth, the only truth is your truth. You may have people around you tell you that you're crazy to have your dream goal. And those people might even be a spouse, partner, family member, or best friend. Ignore them all. The only truth is what you know to be true. If you know you can achieve your dream goal, you will. End of story. I think the only truth is your truth. I need like a shirt or something. Where's Lacey when you need her? I need a shirt or something that says that. So anyway, I hope this was helpful for you guys. I just wanted to spend some time thinking about mindset because I just think it's so important, especially because we are in summer, which is typically a challenging time for business anyway, but we can get past that. We've gone past it before. So I wanted to, connect on all levels. Remind you of the sweepstakes, remind you of the promo that's happening and the detox group July 11th. Oh, also, because we didn't have a true power plan last night, tomorrow is an auto ship. If you have not contacted your auto ship people, drop everything you're doing right now and contact your auto ship people for the 5th on your account and anybody else's account that you cover, because I'm infamous for checking one and not the other. So, okay, well, with that, I gotta go. I'll see you guys later. I'll put this recording up. You can share it with your team. Bye. Oh, and you know what? In the comments, I'll put the podcast.